I've prepared some work. For dwarves. Take a look around. Find a nice place to settle. The Mire of Knowing. That very much seems like it's a little bit infested with yeah, that's Goblin Zone. Not go to the swamps of knowledge. Or the swamps of Styling. These are also infested with evil. Well, this edge of the Style Swamp. Nice little lake here. Seems to be a healthy pre-existing dwarf civilization here. Inside the teeth of outrage, spanning the fields of neutrality. Are we prepared to live as neutrals? A lot of territory afoot. This is a pretty settled part of the world. Hey, where's the civilization list? Alright, so here on our political map. Armor of Matches out in the northwest. The teaching down there. Age of Glaze, that's these folks out here in Swamp Zone. Volcano of Requiring are they're linked with the factional banners. Taint of Shoving. Room of Sacrifice over there. Flash of Distinctions lives with. I think we're from Shoveland. Seems like a fine place to call home. A nation to be proud of. We of the Shove Lords. The home country, that's all about here. Healthy and comfortable Shove territory. Looking for an easy time, probably settle around this peninsula. That'd be a nice relaxing place for just a low risk endeavor. Moderate risk. It's very dangerously hot down there. Just a little bit of fruit wilderness. The bowing merc. And the kind jungle, yeah, what? Look at this friendly jungle. The nice jungle. The ocean of blocking is what we call this inland sea. Aside the swamp of blocking appear to be what cuts the ocean of blocking off from metric sea. Neutrals. There's a wizard tower. Justice field. Speedy and sweltering dunes along the coast. Blocking swamp. Always the decisions. Aquifer on the sweltering dune. Not the most friendly of places. Entire world of possibilities. What's this? Site here. Could just be some ordinary block swamp. Oh yeah, swamp poet. Set ourselves up on the edge of the barb. There's a nice river mouth there. Trees on the mountain itself, but plenty of tree down in the blocking swamp at the base. Yeah. We a bit far off from the homeland, but that's not really a big deal. The caravans find their way. It's part of the swamp that doesn't have aquifer. We can work with this. Free soil. Careful preparation is key. Fluid engineers. Right, I suppose that's part of the whole scholarship system that exists now. Dwarf math. This art. Anyway, I'm looking to build a manager slash doctor for this Dorf. Aiming for a doctor, a fighter, a full-time farmer, full-time food processor. Well, no, full-time farmer. You should be our regular dwarf. I had some kind of vague friend. Dr. Liedman. He already. How to swim. Weird to have that cut out. Let's go ahead and confirm whether she. This song is the background music once we begin actually playing. It's just weirdness of the menu that there is music when viewing these details for Dorfs, but not on the embark preparation menu. Will be our starter trades dwarf. Carpentry, have a little masonry, a little architecture, and a little mechanics. You build things. You will grow food. There we are, grower. Not call any of these a carpenter or a woodcutter. Fell your own trees. And Doc will brew on the side since medicine is not a load-bearing job. Medicine and administration. fresh mill, maybe a little bit. Alright, we've wandered back into academia. We don't need an astronomer. Perhaps someday, but not now. What skill was I looking for? Yeah, we'll figure it out when we get. Maybe you can be a chef. Oh, there, herbalist. Peasant. Alright, combat and medical professions are well past where. There, cook. Good. What a team. I could also put many a secondary skill into our miners, but nah. They will dig quickly to establish presence and position. For which bring extra pick, one less axe, the anvil around, wine, helmet spawn, other basic seeds, on a bow tribe, guppy, red cloth, bags, ropes, where's bucket splints, one wheelbarrow and step ladder, a pair of dog, one cat. Let's see. Of the birds our civilization knows how to deal with. Let's see. Then duck. Guinea hens. Oh, we could have peacock. Let's go with turkey. Turkey is a solid bird. Mule, horse, cat. There's sheep. Now, sheep will require us to maintain grazing land. Other things I want on that list. 20p for a decent, mediocre, but for any metal at all crossbow. None of this wood garbage, not for our initial security dwarf. Proper weapon. We'll use wooden ammunition, but the tool itself. No substitutes. And for the most part, I think that's it. 72 points to spare. Good. We are ready. Shield Carnage is a pretty good name. Let's hit the shuffler. At least a couple of times. Rain blockades. Rampart lesson. Meatwork. Our fortress. Group name. Piers. Moved cloisters. The handles of conflagration. The common treaties. The plank of soaking. Beachless armors. Rainy rampart. Royal tome. Banner. Fur of permanency. The hushing rack. God's too fancy. Playful seal. What a happy creature. Lantern practice. Steel gates. Heroes of braving. Heavenly book. Attica comedy. Yes. Choke fortress. Let's roll. Larducium Alodar. Meatwork. The days of flesh. Strike the earth. Alright, Dwarf Fortress. Let's see what we got. In our immediate vicinity. Dropped off here. There's the river. Already, that might be a bit of metal already visible. Yes, there's hematite, so we'll have iron right away. Very helpful. Here. River. We got trees. Some fairly hefty tree. It's quite wide. Quite strong. So we have no shortage of lumber going on. 8 of silver. Okay, good. The site is blessed. already some excellent ores visible just from an initial look around. Several handfuls of gems. Yep, this is a good site. And soil is abundant, so we'll be able to farm right good. A couple layers up of hill that we could dig into. Create kind of an overfort for our initial settlement. And eventually turn our attention downwards. Looking for a starter, just get across the stream and dig into that hill over there, maybe? It feels like a good candidate. And we have sand around, so that'll be useful. Yeah, fell a couple of these trees, and then dig our entrance here, down into the ground. Go under the stream, and then come up from below this hill. Oh, getting across the stream will be easy. This is a brook, not a proper river. It's shallow enough that we can walk through it. Well, walk over it. It's modeled as having floor on top of it that's permeable for... You can drink through this, you can fish through this, and you can walk on top of it. It is still a full Z level's worth of water. And... yeah, more hematite visible there. What a good river! Yeah, dig our entrance here, and then possibly carve a bit of a moat, especially since we're right near a corner in the stream. We just, like, cut a trench through the woods here about, around that lake. And then over from there, we'd have a decent area just loaded in. Let's see. Drop a couple of tree. Need too many to start since these trees are fairly extensive vertical structures. We get a decent starter batch of logs, just from 3 or 4 in the immediate vicinity. And cut the entry ramp. Stay back here. Bit of a corridor and fan out a bit, since it's going to be more dirt in this direction and more stone in this direction. Since we're on the fringe between swamp and non-swamp. Yeah, we can create a little placeholder space for the depot in here. And however far back in this direction I have to cut to hit soil, that's probably where we'll get our initial farms run. That'll be convenient. And let's see, so underneath there. There we go. That's how far I need to cut in order to get around river. And then starting work over here that's past this line, we enter what will be considered the fort proper. All about here, under this mound. Also, just forest starter. Declare our drinking and fishing zone over there. Declare some starting pasture. Well, not here. Not here. Oh, that could span that. That's safe. That's good. Alright, this is fruit gathering zone and pasture zone. Here to store all of our current animals. Well, the cat is allowed to wander wherever it pleases. That's its point. But yeah, all the livestock, we got a yak and a donkey for our two free wagon pulling animals. Not a bad draw, both male. And just declare a very tiny sand zone. This is where all the sand comes from. Sand here. Temporary meeting area here for the idlers. Alright, and that is where the new system for taverns and temples and other such things exists. Alright. Time will flow. There. Very swiftly we struck the earth. And it looks like the sand starts over here. Have to be wary about putting tunnels under anywhere that there are also trees. Alright, that's our border between soil and stone is irregularly shaped. I may go ahead and irrigate some of that then, just to make the whole room arable. I mean, I've already carved it. For now, though, I can shove my initial workshops in there. I'll use that as the general purpose storeroom for now. Let's see. Bit of a garbage pile. Off in this corner for the time being. Temporary wood pile just by the door. No need for a stone pile yet. Our initial block of living quarters will be back here on, the good side of the river. Just to take up the space for now, and then later on we'll have some further use for this. Let's see. Let's be generous, I'll give them 9 tile rooms. Linking into a common dining area. Leaving space for the office and private dining room branching off of there. Yeah, a hall for the founding members. Leave space for a general dining hall on the other side. And then also scrubbish living quarters for many further dwarves. Capsule hotel. You get a nook with a bed. For the inevitable migrants. Yeah, living space for 20. General dining hall and full back door. I could tuck a hospital and doctor's office in off of the side of there as well, but that's a space for later. For now, Founder Zone. And a nice starting farm plot, just that food will get generated. Actually, with the stone line about halfway through there, I could just put fields in the bottom half of this room, and then food-related shops in the upper half. Food storage underneath. Just all food-related miscellania. Yeah, I know, dampstone, that's fine. Oh. Actually, you know what? Just to avoid those warnings and the complications they'll create, go another step down. Otherwise, I'd have to redesignate those every time. Dwarves are very finicky about dampness. And instead we run smack into more iron. Wonderful. A favorable sign. And coal! Oceans of beautiful coal. A blessing in disguise. Kitchen. Set up for still. Slam the crafting shop in the corner. Get some of the general purpose storage set up. Furniture. Items, cloth. Goods. Mission. Weapons and armor, just make everything have a place. And I'll create a temporary, like, non-economic stone pile in here. Just regular stone. No fancy stone. No ore. No coal. No flux. Just regular stuff. No clay either. Clay does not belong here. Just rocks. Pile for rocks. Rocks go here, pile. Our first couple of doors. Our first singular. No, we got 3 doors. Good start. There. Door over there. Door fortress. And let's. Already minded, Dorf. Already be eyeballing where we should set our moat. That'll smack square into some trees. If I carve it between these two. That's an open shot. Then again, I could just fell all of the trees in the gap. I want things climbing on them anyway. Get those taken down. And this wood pile. And the still is operational. Food pile down here. There's even more coal next to the food pile. Marvelous. Praise the miners. And there's our little initial breakthrough into the life zone. Is coal is a beautiful thing. Generate a pile of bricks so that I can set up some basic walls outside. Already, grasses are growing. How pleasant. We're a little more settled in. We just need to remain aware to not cross this line over here. As far as digging stuff for this portion, where I think I'm gonna have a little more workshop space. In particular, I'm gonna want to migrate the workshops out of this room that's going to be the trade depot. Get them set up on the far side of the warehouse. Many as we find ourselves living. Okay, the miners may have now noticed the moat. I know lizard. A lot of them are hauling logs. That is low priority, friends. Cannot have you wasting time hauling. You do not haul anything short of, you know, the dead. And I guess you can shove my cards. And carry water. These are acceptable uses of your time. Not the other stuff, though. And there we go. Basic subsistence farm in place. local wildlife is there even? I had blackbirds. They sound lovely. For purposes of internal security, I'm gonna go ahead and make some doors and walls exist here. Just create the possibility of locking down the fort interior. Coal everywhere. Coal rules everything around me. And we're just gonna have iron very early on. Right, once the offices are dug, then I can have somebody just go meditate on stockpiles. Solve the logistics equation. Learn how many of each thing we both have and will ever have. Oh, your fit's there. A lot of these won't get built for a while since I haven't designated anyone to be of those professions. They'll find their place. Smelting halls. Set up some combination of furnaces. Because I need... well, no, I won't need a wood furnace. I'll need a wood furnace for other things, yeah. So I'll need one wood furnace to initiate fuel cycle. And for ash later on. Then smelters. Smelters, a kiln, wood kiln, 2 smelters, 2 smith forges, or at least space for 2 forges, even if I only install one of them right now. Alright, there's the mode going in. Much as I hate to give up perfectly good pink jade. That'll do for now. I can go ahead and declare where the fishery will be when it is time to process fish. Goes in the farmer shop for farm things. Plant management. Alright, now let's go ahead and make this dig priority 1. Where everyone lives. This is important. These are your homes. And go ahead and set up little priority 5 blocks. The mode is definitely like a solid priority 3. At least phase 1 of mode. Get some nest boxes up so that we can begin harvesting bird egg. Bookcases. Instrument pieces. What musical instruments do we even know of? How do our people produce music? Right, it's crafts dwarves who make nest boxes, not regular carpenters. We have drums. Still only mid-spring. Feel like we're doing alright in terms of pacing and schedule. Good, a different kind of iron. Just what we needed. Alright, they've just all run off for a snack in synchronous. Did I happen? Ah, in here, inside of the bed zone. there? What part of this? I'm seeing mostly glazed-in. Oh, here? Yeah, right up there. Right on the edge of the future mayor's office, or at least the manager's office. Doc's office. Good to know. The existence of those security doors will also provide us with a flood prevention measure. In the event that this portion of the tunnel gets breached somehow, by some means. Oh, the coal and the iron, they're just sitting right next to each other. Truly, this is destiny. If I have any sort of flux, we can jump directly to steel. Office online. Hold on, I didn't make one of these rooms priority 1. Yeah, somebody get on Carmen. Everyone else continue with the mode. It means dampening some coal, but it's for security. And some of the wood cutting is getting done. Yeah, the embark screen would have mentioned outright if we had any available local flux. Just among the listings of layers. I didn't pay attention to that though. Presence or absence of aquifer. That's all that's on my mind. And yes, having carved initial starter moat, let us place a nice starter bridge. Yes, I believe the role flux stones play in steelsmithing is that they're a catalyst for purifying things. The steel itself is just iron enriched carbon. carbon and roast iron. Carbon and iron mingled together so that they create fancy crystal structures that strengthen the material. And hey, there we go, a bridge. I just have a mechanic somewhere. I haven't weaponized security yet, so I could have them do other things. They can be some kind of fighting engineer. Yeah, here. Who do mechanics now? You are a gearman. Gears are part of security. None of your bedrooms have doors yet, but you have bedrooms. Look at that. And now Doc has an office. Security, you are now head of the militia. And also the sheriff. Doc, you are manager, you are chief medical dwarf. You are broker, and you are bookkeeper. And if you'd kindly, I would like arbitrarily accurate records forever. If you don't mind. Let's actually not declare you either of those things yet, because that makes you feel entitled to nice things. You don't get nice things yet. We'll carve a sheriff's office off one of these rooms, eventually. Is the gear shop up and running yet? Yes, good. Give me some gears. I need at least a handful of gears to prep the bridge. We could then also start working on the rough wall. Create a block pile outside. Sure that it's an only for bricks pile. Not metal. Not miscellanea that happened to be bar-shaped. I'd allow glass blocks to be out here. At some point, we might make walls out of glass. Or wood. You know, cubed wood. Termites. Damn. Be on the lookout for bees. You folks, capybaras! A wild capybara wandering around here. What lovely country. I'll just go ahead and declare a sizable wood pile in the hopes of getting all those logs shifted clear of the worksite. Because logs are reasonably valuable. I don't want to lose them to the dampness. Not if it can be helped. furnace here. Gas furnace over here. Smelter. I'd forgotten about glass furnace being separate from kiln. And throw down. Forge. Actually, I'll throw a forge up there. Yeah, look at you in your fancy private dining office. Living the dream. No, not copper. I want coffers later. Tables. Several tables. Several bins. Wanna get some high density storage going on, and summer is here. We now know exactly how many barrels of wine there are, or how many drinks are worth of wine are in the barrels. We precisely weighed the barrels, now and forever. Yeah, stream's gonna meander about indecisively in defiance of my engineering sensibilities. Instead, let's just cut a path. Also cut these trees. Cannot abide trees spanning my moat. The ones inside the moat, those can stay. They're quite nice. They offer a bounty of shade. The turkeys have no idea what's what. Turkeys, get out of the wood. Stop that. Stop crawling on the logs. You don't belong here, birds. Don't make me rope you. Birds, I will tie you down. Okay, new carpenter and mason shops are up, so I could tear these apart. That never got finished in the first place. Clear out this temporary stone pile a bit. And drop the depot. Like there, look at that. Look at these roots. Disgusting. We keep the forge down here instead. Just keep burrowing until there's not tree everywhere. Tree, get out of my house. This mass. And get the beginnings of a wolf going. moat will prevent things from walking in, unless they can swim. Having a nice wall of a couple of tiles of height, that'll prevent things from, firing projectiles at us. You're a nice, comfortable inner keep. Wow, we're low on barrels. Let's fix that. Barrel is... yeah, many a barrel. Those cute. Yep, the one leg of moat, in which no one has yet drowned. What kind of fish we got out here? Just char. Very pleasant, relaxing fish. And the wagon is empty. Good, tear it apart. You ants. Okay. More sorts of bug, but not yet bees. Ants are nature's dwarves. Okay, more of this moat in waiting is ready to go. Base-wise. Slowly but surely. Hold off on carving this section of the moat until we have the trees down. That our moat doesn't get greedy and consume too many logs. I'll have a wood carver. And we nearly have our starter dining room furniture ready. Yeah, just one more time. There, here we situate the forge. Deep in the loam. Now things are humming along smoothly over here. We could use more carpentry time. Masonry seems to be taking priority over carpentry a little bit. When our carpentry tasks are more barrels to keep booze in, I think it's fair to let them slide forward. French. French for days. We have a near complete circuit of moat. Like 2.5 sides cut. Now set up a lever. There we go. Doc will have the switch. Right, there are stone pots. Those certainly exist. Are they a craft or masonry, though? That distinction. Yeah, jug. Jug and pot. Like rock nest box. What I was rushing the thing forward to do anyway. Anyway, with the gears I can create the switch. Switch is in place. Switch, I can prepare the bridge. We'll then have the ability to raise the bridge and close off the fortress. Once more of the bulk digging is done, we'll have one of the miners switch over to masonry, or become additionally a mason. In fact, I could do that now. Good old just digs holes, please leave them alone. You, on the other hand, you can do masonry. You're ready for a side job. I mean, a lot of the mission-critical digging is done. Of course, we find more hematite crossing the moat. More hematite. This lake is made of magnetite. More coal. We are just iron paradise here. The moment we start smelting. Yeah, the only two mutually exclusive jobs. Lovely flowers everywhere. Are mining and woodcutting, because they involve equipment settings for the dwarf in question. That's been a thing for ages. Wild marmot. Good job, Zolban! What did you fuck up? There's your body, Zolban. Great, and the pick went down with him, so we can't even have someone else trade up for... Fuck's sakes. Classic Zolban. Well, somebody carve him a slab so we don't get haunted. No way we're retrieving that body. Have to set up pumps and floodgates. No, we're not doing it. You stay down there and think about what you did, Zolban. You're an example to everyone else. Yeah, good test of the moat. Working as designed. Look, see? The Gel! The Gel understands how to handle moat safety. Don't be a Zolban, be a Degel. Cancel your digs around dangerous terrain. Either way, that side of the moat is now carved. Just this corner left, and we'll have full moat coverage. Brick bin full? Yes it is. Rainbow walls begin. Alright, the slab has been carved, now to engrave. The Zolban Isaac Lore Memorial Moat. And there were 6. Oh, never mind. We have already attracted new friends. Love Cole. That's it? Reasonably sized? Yeah, just for primarily farm workers? Sounds like a job. Or, well, sounds like a wave. Sounds like opportunity. Brewer, miller, thresher. Let's see them in detail. What have you got? Just a brewer, you know, a song and a dance, though. Ooh. Yet you're labeled a thresher, but actually, you're a competent fighter. You should join security team. You are just a miller. Over at the back. A thresher, but with a gun. Or at least who knows how to use a gun. That is something you have to look out for with migrants, since they'll show up as civilians, so you won't be able to tell right away who's a fighter. Let's take a look. These red squiggles are exposed sand. Just sand. Alright, so what I got there. We do not need milling. You will be replacement miner. Replacement miner / mason. Yeah, just in addition to your brewing capability, let's see. Make you also deal in soap, potash, lye. All the agricultural processes. Bees, yeah. If we find bees, you'll deal with the bees. Has someone carved the slab? No one has carved the slab. Right, engraving is necessary to carve the slab. Let Earthstriker Prime carve a memorial for the first casualty of their workforce. And meanwhile, all those furnaces will get set up, or at least some of them will. Still need a designated wood burner. Yeah, furnace operating is all consolidated into one skill. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, brew everything we can find. Do we now? We have a slab. Placed a memorial to Zolbin. Born 193, drowned 250. No other notable traits. Nest boxes are also ready. Let's get those thrown somewhere in the turkey zone. Egg may be harvested. There be slabs. There be slabs. Guide there. So slab will go here. A comfortable distance inside the wall. Well, the eventual wall. The wall you died for. We'll also create an experimental beehive. The easiest way to determine whether or not you have usable bees on a map is to just build a beehive and then tell dwarves to populate it with bees, and they will figure it out. If there exist any bees anywhere at all, the dwarves will retrieve them and throw them in. If you are in a bee-free zone, then create a tiny memorial hall. Nobody owns the memorial to Zolbin, but it is a place of mourning, of reflection, contemplation of the workplace. I could make some bullets. Bucks in here end up designed for use. Either way, let's throw down a couple of beds for the new guys. Close that one. New carpenter shop. Smith several beds. And there be a dining hall. Right, the absence of ammunition doesn't actually prevent hunting. Eventually the hunter will just get tired of not being properly armed and go settle things with their bare hands. Our Thrusher maybe went out. Yeah, just don't hunt until we have ammo for you. Fish. The patient man's hunting. I don't have a fish processor, so all those fish are just gonna sit there on the shore, but... oh boy, you just catch all you can. You're at a big old fish pile. Pressure with a gun. Yes. Yes, it was. Good job, Pump. There should be a combat log for it then. Budget reports. Yes. Oh, you actually brought some ammunition with you that you then squandered shooting varmints. Good job, all these decorated steel bolts that you wasted on a giant rat. We don't even have an active butcher right now, so that's just gonna sit there. It'll be a fine marmot skeleton later. Which I think also needs a butcher to convert into usable bone. Anyway, let's just be sure that the corner pieces of our wall get put in. Yeah, there we go, just to mark the sites. Very gradually, as brick becomes available, just fill all the gaps. Of all this size, we should have the first layer of it done during this year. I want to preserve that fishing zone. Well, I'll move the fishing zone to the corner. Animals all seem to be behaving themselves. Brick is preferable to raw stone for wall building because it's harder to climb. I do not want rude creatures scaling my wall. Go ahead and set up a section of wall that'll shield the memorial slab. Protect the beloved memory of our fort's dumbest founder. Alright, setting up the experimental bee house. We do have an official beekeeper. There exist any bees to keep, we'll soon know. Also found one of this wall built real fast, I just started making it out of logs. But I like keeping logs for log things. Logs have their special uses. No new brick available at this time. All current brick is spoken for. You are now officially also an architect. Design away. Alright, here we are in autumn Alright, brewing is going well. We've produced many a drink. It would be nice if the depot existed, even though we don't really have trade goods to sell. Suppose I could spawn more gears. Gears are reasonably valuable. What do you mean? Accessible food. Where are you? Someone steal the food barrel out from under you? Alright, we need more bag. Do we have cloth in stock? Probably have a few sheets. We got 5 sheets of cloth. Would set up farm plots for the other plants. Works. And there's our beehive. Alright, if bees exist, our dwarves will find them. It is unlikely that usable bees exist here. You have a pet rabbit. Rabbit. Your responsibility. And here comes the caravan that won't be able to trade with us. As we have no trading site. We'll just be talking to the liaison about what we would have wanted to trade. That's fine. I mean, we have coal and ores to process, eventually. We're not going to be very import dependent. Let us discuss. There is no news. Okay, things to ship in. I am pro every kind of leather you've got. Most kinds of leather are the least expensive cloth. They're a very cost-effective way to get bags. Have usable clothes. Yeah, like pigtail, silk. Far more expensive. Crafts. We got logs. have our initial seeds for every dwarf crop. Our various musical instruments. I'll have to try to figure out where the general purpose view for those is. Could demand more animals. The current animal supply is okay. I will pay a fortune for each barrel of dingo blood that you can provide. The blood of dingoes and the venom of honeybees. And our traditional gremlin tears. Okay, from this we can deduce that our civilization has made contact with ostrich men, cheetah men, and lion men. Also hyena, giant impal, and weasel. Demi-humans. Bring me the blood of the cheetah men. Such are the demands of Meatworks. And bring out some marble. Someday we will seek to make steel. Yeah, that should do it. Review of our document. Yep. And what do the mountain homes seek from us? What is the good shit for export? Site is blocked. Oh, because people are still working on hauling away those rocks. Yes, show me your counter document. What do we got? Premium crowns, meals. Bricks, gloves, windows, bracelets, water skins, tools, coal. People want to buy our coal already. They've heard of our coal. Crystal glass musical instrument, a very strangely precise request. Just go ahead and note crowns, windows. Once we start processing fuel, glass will be easy to make. Yep, hats and windows. Fine foundation for an economy. May our fortunes rise and fall together. You're about to grab that rock, right? Someone's gonna grab that rock. Who is grabbing this rock? Well, let's unmake that depot and make a new depot. Actually, on the surface, sure. It says we have to bring the caravan inside. For now. Just put it next to the empty beehive. Make it out of fresh cherry. The liaison stopped to pay their respects. And our first new sheep. Good. Sheep output begins. Nice. Someone working the step ladder, collecting fruit from the tree. Liaison's gonna meander around a bit. And the wood furnace is on one. First dab of charcoal. And we fire up the smelter and process coal forever. Migrants. That's Stonecrafter. Architect. Child. Nine-year-old child, though. That's serviceable. Being able to work 3 years from now is preferable to being able to work 10, 12 years from now. That is a child that will be able to start contributing not too long. 3-year-old, this is useless. Killer. Gem cutter. That's the wave. Stonecrafter, Architect, Soon Child, and much later child. Are any of you family of each other? Yes. In fact, most of you are a family. 4 out of 5 of the migrants in this group are just these two, this couple, and their daughters. Which leaves you the odd man out. Or no, that's... you're married to the gem cutter? But yeah, that adds up. There's 6 of you. 2 families have arrived to settle at the fort. Alright, we'll get their professions relabeled and give them a chance to settle in. next time at Meatwork? Dwarf cast? Yeah, Dwarfcast. This is how long it takes to save. I'm just gonna cut here, but no, wait, there we go. Dwarfcast.